iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the Michigan International Raceway for the Inside Track Motorsports News 60-lap race here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing. To bring you all the racing action here tonight from high above the virtual studios, my name is Roger Muth, and welcome here tonight, race fans, as this is a cut race. 15 drivers come into the night. Only 8 drivers will remain standing here from Michigan. 29 drivers total have come here tonight to try to take home the pole, and that will go to Massachusetts' own Sean Single. So he'll snag the pole here tonight for a great starting attempt. He's not one of the 15 drivers locked in, but some of those drivers that are locked in and going to the next round, James Skelton is the only driver that is absolutely 100% safe. He will head to Las Vegas after tonight and race in the final 8 cars. Drivers that are not locked in: Max Terriel, Jeffrey Souza, Michael Trevarthen, the rookie Cole Day, along with Chris Hammett, last season's champion, DJ Anderson, Zach Mitchell, Ryan O'Donnell, Tim Combs, Richard Murdoch, Ethan Troutman, Dalton Williamson, and Tony Strano. Tim Blum also here tonight to try and, well, gain back some points. He'll have to win to advance. Let's head down trackside here tonight, though, and get that starting lineup. This is your starting lineup brought to us by our friends over at Simbox. This is your Simbox starting lineup. Starting on the front row here tonight, he will drive car number 11. It's the Shanika Single entry, Sean Single. Back in P number 2, he is a champion in the series. He drives car number 6. This is going to be Chris Hammett. DJ Anderson, car number 51 here tonight, the Fox Racing entry. He'll start 3rd. Max Terriel on car number 42, the black number 42 tonight, will start 4th, while 5th position, having a whale of a qualifying effort here tonight with a brand new setup underneath his sim rig. That's the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes number 13 MA of Joshua Buckley. Back into the 6th starting spot here tonight, all the way out of Tennessee, driving car number 62, that'll be Ethan Troutman. Out of Florida, representing the Rev Esports, BK Paints number 61, this is Dalton Williamson. And back into the 8th position here tonight, all the way from Minnesota, driving car number 24, Zach Mitchell. Tim Combs from Ohio in car number 17, the professional golfer, will roll from the 9th position, while Ryan O'Donnell in the full throttle entry, the Turbo Dork Radical Paints number 98, will start back into the 10th spot. A.J. Hamill, Mr. Confusion, picked up a win last Thursday night in the short track program. He'll start 11th. Tim Blum back in the Classics Hot Sauce number 10. He'll start back there into the 12th starting spot. 13th on the call, last week's winner, the only driver that is safe here tonight, the number 86 of James Skelton. Starting back into the 14th position, old Richard Murdoch in car 01. He'll start 14th. 15th will go to the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. Jeffrey Souza has a lot of ground to make up here tonight. He'll start 16th. Joe Strano with a blistering time in practice Qualifying, though, a little lackluster. He'll start from 17th, deep into the field. Tony Strano on 18th. Cole Day back there in 19th. Brandon Feeney back there in the inside track, number 38. He'll start in the 20th spot. Philly Edwards in 21st will roll there, and 22nd will go to the alien of Jason Wells. 23rd tonight on the call. It'll be the driver making his first start here tonight. It's the Cuban Missile. That's Roy Fernandez. Cody Sleeper, the driver out of Lansing, Michigan, in the 907 will start 24th. 25th will go to the Higgins Hill Racing. Checkered flag, all supply number 40. That is going to be Rob Higgins. Back there into P number 26. That'll be the driver out of Australia, Kevin O'Brien. Dan Murphy Jr. 27th. 28th, the A.J. Watkins. And the checkered flag, all supply number 30 of Bob Higgins will go from 29th. That's your 29 car starting field here, brought to us by our friends at Simbox. You don't have one, you need one, race fans. Get that Simbox and get your car dialed in. Coming here to start tonight's Inside Track Motorsports news. From grassroots racing to Canadian Tour Series, tonight it's the Red Light Racing Series here from Michigan. 29 cars into turn number 1 here tonight, and it's going to be the Nickelodeon Slime Machine versus the Valvoline number 6 to the outside. Max Terriot, though, pushing on the back bumper of car number 6 as they came out of turn 2. Separated a little bit, but look at the outside lane momentum here as here comes car number 6. He'll take the race lead down the back straightaway. It will be Chris Hammett as the race leader. Oh, almost a little contact that time coming out of turn number 4 to lead lap number 1, though. It'll be Chris Hammett with the lead. See, a lot of these drivers trying to find a groove that works for them. Here comes Joshua Buckley, Sean Single, and Buckley, I believe it was last week, made a little contact and unfortunately ended their nights early. That was last week at Iowa. There's Ryan O'Donoghue bobbing and weaving, trying to get to the front of the field. That inside lane, though, for Sean Single here on the initial start tonight, not working out. One driver taking a peek now to the inside. That's the 42. Here comes Max Terriot. Terriot trying to work to the bottom side out of turns 3 and 4, see if he could take the race lead here tonight. And it does look like 42 of Max Terriot will lead lap number 2. 2 lead changes here in the first 2 laps tonight. Now Joshua Buckley will take the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes number 13 and see if he can keep the tennis balls all up underneath that car. Not going to be able to do anything with it for Joshua Buckley. Buckley will fall into the second position, having an absolute whale of a time as they are 3 wide back there. That's the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. That was, I believe, the number 17. That was Tim Combs here tonight in that Goodrich Peter Max entry. He was in the middle of Richard Murdoch, was high, wide, and handsome. Murdoch let it all hang out on the table here tonight. They're going 3 wide. Put the number 10 of Tim Blum in the middle. 3 championship contenders right there, 3 wide. They'll go 3 wide behind them also. Then that is going to be the 918. That was A.J. Hamill, Mr. Confusion Motorsports. That's the 17 of Combs. And that was Blum in the Classics Hot Sauce, number 10. So 3 wide racing. 1 driver down to the inside there. Oh, 1 car headed to the inside wall. That was the 17 of Tim Combs. That car was out of shape out of turn number 2. It looked like he was going to be in a slide straight into the wall. But boy, did he hang on to that. 1 car coming to pit road. I believe that's Classics Hot Sauce number 10, Tim Blum. As it is, Tim Blum will bring his car to a rest. He's been into the outside wall. It looks like he is going to call it a night here from Michigan. Race leader here on lap number 5. Still going to be the number 42 of Max Terriot. Joshua Buckley is right there. Chris Hammett. Here comes the Wendy's Biggie Bag, number 62 of Ethan Troutman. He's trying to grab a couple nuggets, a burger, some fries, and a Frosty. He'll tuck back in line for the time being. Joshua Buckley absolutely just mimicking wherever that 42 of Max Terriot goes. Right on board with the checkered flag. Auto supply onboard camera with car number 42 of Max Terriot. Buckley just absolutely stalking him here tonight. Not a bad car to try and follow in the wake of. 51, though, DJ Anderson back here trying to work to the inside of the number 4. That's the Souza Media Jeffrey Souza entry. There you see Souza, the driver out there, car number 4. Couple drivers jockeying for position. I do believe that is going to be the 98 of Randall Donnie, who's trying to work underneath Sean Single. Remember, Single started on the front row here tonight, worked himself back on that inside row, all the way back to the 7th spot. He's picked up a couple spots, and they're going to go 3 wide, almost contact from Randall Donnie to the back of that number 62. That left rear to that front right was absolutely just inches at most, and Randall Donnie still down to the bottom side. Sean Single trying to go around the outside. So they're going to figure it out. It is going to be Sean Single taking the spot back. So Single back now into the 4th spot. There you see him. Going to put Ethan Troutman back there into the 5th spot. Zach Mitchell, Dalton Williamson now picking up a couple spots in the brand new BK Paints number 61. He is going to take 7th. Ryan O'Donnell now. Him and O'Donnell are back and forth for that position. Got a Chevrolet to the outside. A Ford Mustang down to the inside. Not a lot of fall off so far here in the early stages of this run. I do suspect these drivers are able to go 20 to 27 laps. Not going to be able to do tonight's race on just one stop. So multiple pit stops here tonight are going to be needed if we get that far into a green flag run. So far, everybody looking good. Just like this, brand new paint scheme on car number 38. There's the Inside Track Motorsports News, number 38, the driver out of Ontario, Canada, Brandon Feeney. He's sitting back here running into the 20th spot. It's right where he started tonight and currently still has that number 38 sitting there. And how about it, race fans? Everybody give him a round of applause because it's a brand new paint scheme and it does not have green rims. That's the first time I've seen Brandon Feeney not run a car with green rims. Anderson just picked up a spot there from Tony Strano, but he is on the backward slide. Remember last week, car number 51 played strategy to try to get his finishing position. DJ Anderson comes in 7th overall in the championship standings. He was just 3 points out of the top 5. So it just shows you how close these drivers are here tonight. It's a matter of just literally a position or two that you could be in or you could be out. So far, the biggest mover of the evening is car number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. He has picked up 7 spots to work himself into the top 10. As he's still working on the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry of Ryan O'Donnell. Ryan O'Donnell got a brand new paint scheme. Every week he's got one of these Turbo Dork Radical Paints extreme paint jobs done on his car. And there you see it down the back straight away. If I'm reading this right, it's Faye Wilds is the color on that car. Crazy. Sometimes those Turbo Dork Radical Paints colors are absolutely out of this world. Another amazing paint by the group. Out of the Turbo Dork Radical Paints, Ryan O'Donnell putting that in here into the iRacing platform. Some great colors, great paint schemes out of the 98. Right now, though, Ryan O'Donnell back here running into the 8th spot. He is going to take that spot away from Jeffrey Souza. Old Richard Murdoch back here. Trying to pick up a position. Murdoch came in outside the cut line here tonight. Gonna have to see where all the chips may fall at the end of this one. He is back there running in 10th, so he's picked up 4 spots already. Looks like he's gonna possibly take a peek to the inside here on the 4. He will not. He'll stay tucked up underneath that 4, and that's actually gonna open up the door. Here comes DJ Anderson down to the inside now. Also got James Skelton right there. Flowertown Animal Hospital, number 86. Jockeying for positions. There comes the 61. Williamson will get to the outside of the Exalt, the number 24 of Zach Mitchell. See Mitchell fading backwards in the gold bowling. Rich DPC's number 24. Everybody still chasing Max Terrill out front here at Michigan tonight. Already 12 laps here as they go 3 wide once again. Murdoch to the bottom. They're going to put DJ Anderson to the outside and Zach Mitchell on the middle groove here. Look at Murdoch. He'll go way down. He has the room to slide up if he wants. Now the 24 of Mitchell's going to go 3 wide again. This time it'll be the 86 of Skelton to the outside, and it'll be the 2 of Michael Trevarthen down to the bottom side as, oh, a big swipe to the right there for car number 24. Zach Mitchell will go from the middle lane. He said, let me out. I need to get back to the outside here tonight at Michigan. Murdoch going to try and hold off that 51 of DJ Anderson. That got really tight off turn number 2. You see him down the back straightaway. The momentum's going to carry that 0-1, the Adventure in Pixel 0-1. But boy, was that really close with the 51. Now Anderson will work to the inside here. And also just out in front of them, Jeffrey Souza. And that 3-wide battle back there is still raging on as here comes the 24 of Zach Mitchell back. He was looking to the outside of the number 86. But then he thought better of it. He was already 3 wide for, well, a good whole lap and a half. And he figured, no, not the time, not right yet. A lot of good racing here in the opening laps here at the Michigan International Raceway for the Inside Track Motorsports news here. 65 laps of racing competition here tonight on the cutoff race. We're here at Michigan. We were at Iowa last week where James Skelton picked up the win in the first race of the round. And now tonight we got the Next Gen Cup cars here at Michigan. This 2-mile track playing host to the cut. Next week we're head out west though to Las Vegas. We'll go to the sister track here. Go to Las Vegas. We'll whip out the old Gander Outdoor trucks for 90 laps at Las Vegas before we head to the Nashville Fairgrounds with the Xfinity car on December the 12th, and then we'll wrap things up at Miami Homestead for the championship race. Ford, Toyota, Chevrolet right here. Battle. Murdoch has that Chevrolet in the 10th spot. Michael Trevarthen in his Ford is back in 11th, and James Skelton is right there in his Toyota. Skelton trying to get back to the outside. You saw him go right in front of the 24 of Zach Mitchell. Tried to cut the nose off, pack the air on the back bumper of the 86, and get him to be pushed ahead. There's A.J. Hamill down to the bottom side. Hamill's just kind of rolling the middle, the bottom side of the speedway here tonight. And that Arts Barbershop, Mr. Confusion Motorsports entry, got a little tight that time, almost into the 24 of Zach Mitchell. But A.J. Hamill's been playing a pretty solidly cool, calm day here so far. He's lost a couple spots, but that car, it looks very sturdy here tonight. Couple championship drivers having some issues. The 43 of Joe Strano is a couple laps down there. You see the number 43 Road Rage Accessories, 43 Joe Strano. Currently 3 laps down to the race leader. Joe Strano came into the night. I just had it and I moved my notes around. Not inside the cut line, I can tell you that. That's because he was back in 21st in the championship standings. For some odd reason, I got Tony and Joe confused. I don't know how Mama Strano out there, if you're watching, I don't know how you kept them separated and straight all the time. But Joshua Buckley is fading in the checkered flag auto supply entry. Max Terrell, something happened to him also. As you see the 3-wide battle here, Buckley down to the inside as Max is trying to hold that 11 way low down into the corner. There's plenty of room out there to go 3 and 4 wide racing here tonight. Let's take a look here. What happened? Max Terrell. Well, we got into the outside wall. You can see the right front a little dinged up on the 42, and that kind of bunched them all up there. That's exactly how that is going to go down. Bring you back live. You see this Chris Hammett entry out front. Max Terrell coming back down on the bottom side. Joshua Buckley has fallen back to 5th now. Here you see Troutman and Single have got around him. And now Buckley's trying to hold off the number 61. That is going to be Dalton Williamson. There's the 51 also. So Williamson and Buckley, part of that Rev Esports, Rev Racing group. Have that alliance between the two drivers, and Buckley's been clicking off some, well, heck of a runs, that's for sure, here ever since he joined the Rev team. Just like tonight, qualified 5th, ran all the way up there, battled and challenged for the race lead, which just went back to the number 42 of Max Terriol. So Terriol going to take back the race lead. I'm being told there is no damage on the 42. He just got a little tight, and that's actually what washed up. I'm seeing a glare off that quarter panel, and oh, problems. Murdoch trying to gather it up. Murdoch trying to gather it up. The right front is down on that car, and nowhere for Tim Combs to go. Combs involved. Murdoch can't turn the adventure in Pixel 01. As he'll get it down to the bottom of the 17 of Combs also with damage, and that's not good for Tim Combs. Both drivers will come to pit road. There you see the right front absolutely knocked out of the 01 of Richard Murdoch. James Skelton also coming to pit road. A.J. Hamill on pit road also here on lap number 21. Lots of things happening here. We'll see if we can go back here in just a couple of seconds and see what happened. Let's see if we can find... Oh, there's Murdoch. He's already been in trouble and into the wall. We're going to have to go farther back here, crew. Let's see. Let's watch this here. Let's see if we can find out what happened. This was hard racing right around the 10th position here tonight. See Trevarthen coming in there. There's the 86's Skelton. Let's watch it down the back straightaway here as Murdoch tries to go up. Oh, contact from Skelton into Trevarthen. Trevarthen down into Murdoch, and that's going to turn the 01 into the outside wall, and that's where the right front just buckles under the 01, and look at Tim Combs. Nowhere to go in the Good Wrench 17. While that all happens, look at the traffic down on pit road here. Tons of traffic here tonight at Michigan for the Inside Track Motorsports News. So everybody coming to pit road. Look at the traffic jam. I'm telling you, that is a lot of cars to try and navigate over half the field right now down here on pit road. You'd think it was like Daytona and everybody coming together in a pack. Looks like Michael Trevarthen having some problems in car number 2 back there. Trevarthen wasn't quite lined up in his pit box. Max Terriol sitting. Looks like a pit road penalty. Too fast entering for the number 42 of Max Terriol. Gonna shuffle him down the running order. DJ Anderson stayed out on an extra lap. He will now bring the number 51 to pit road. Same with Brandon Feeney in the Inside Track Motorsports News number 38. He'll come to pit road here. Looks like everybody has been to pit road here tonight except for one driver, and that's the 43 of Joe Strano. Remember, he's a couple laps down currently to the race leaders. Joe going to stay down low. A.J. Hamill is the race leader. He came to pit road first. So the 918, or the number 18, if you're looking at our scoring pylon here tonight, is going to be your driver that is out front. So it will be A.J. Hamill, Jeffrey Souza, Ryan O'Donnell right now. As looking at it, I'm being told that the reason that the 18 of A.J. Hamill is so far out here tonight in his Mr. Confusion Motorsports entry is because they put on 2 tires here in the first pit stop tonight here at Michigan. So a 2-tire stop by A.J. Hamill. See if that helps him here or if he'll start to fade. He's all by himself, does not have any draft. There's a little draft right here. Jeffrey Souza has Ryan O'Donnell. They're not linked together just yet, but it's about a half a straightaway is the distance for the race lead from Hamill back to Souza. See how everybody is starting to stretch out here all down the back straightaway. Joshua Buckley, who came in running 5th, is all the way back to 7th. He got leapfrogged by Ryan O'Donnell and A.J. Hamill. There's the 42 of Max Terriol. He's back out onto the racetrack. He's blended in with the front group here pretty much, but He is currently sitting 1 lap down to the race leader as he had to serve that pit road penalty. So he spent a total of 1 minute and 26 seconds down on pit road. That's not going to help him here tonight. A couple drivers that are off the speedway, though. The 10 of Tim Blum, Richard Murdoch also looks like he has called it a night, along with Tim Combs. So those 3 drivers tonight not having the runs that they thought they were going to have here tonight at the Michigan International Raceway. James Skelton also has a little damage on car number 86. There you can see the right side of that car is jacked up. Left side door caved in just a little bit, so that Flowertown Animal Hospital number 86 is definitely not tracking the way it would like here tonight. And this is a big track. It's a 2-mile speedway. So all the aerodynamics that you could have, you need them here tonight. Cole Day, though, will take over the 13th spot as he just got around that number 86 of James Skelton. Cole Day is one of those drivers battling for the championship. I believe he's the only rookie. Let me take a gander here once again. Terry Alt, Skelton, Souza, Trevorth, and Anderson. Yeah, he is the only rookie this season that is still in the championship hunt. The only driver to make the, well, it's normally 12, but we took 15 this season with the way the playoff format works. So he still has a chance to advance. Hamill still out front here. He pitted on lap number 21, 22 for Jeffrey Souza. Souza has chewed into that lead by about, almost a second and a half currently. So the lead is starting to shrink for A.J. Hamill. Big track and everybody starting to string themselves out, except for number 11. That is Sean Single. He just got around the Cuban Missile. There you see the 969. That is Mr. Roy Fernandez making his first start here with the series this season. A longtime Asphalt iRacing competitor. Driver out of Lansing, Michigan. His wife Melissa out there probably tuning in, wearing her I'd Rather Be Racing socks out there. She's always known for that. So she's probably cheering on Roy. If I do remember, I think I saw they're expecting a baby soon. So congratulations on that for Mr. and Mrs. Fernandez. So Roy has picked up 12 spots currently. Not the farthest driver that is, or not the driver that has picked up the most spots here tonight. That is actually Jeffrey Souza, who's moved up 13 spots. But Roy has 12 underneath his belt here tonight. Battle for the race lead, though, out of turn 2. Here comes the Fox Racing. Number 51, DJ Anderson, will take over the top spot. Here comes Jeffrey Souza now to the inside of Mr. Confusion Motorsports number 18 of A.J. Hamill. So the 2 tires worked for about, call it exactly 10 laps, and now the wheels are falling off the A.J. Hamill entry. Ryan O'Donnell will pick up that position. All these drivers putting on 4 tires, I do believe. I think DJ Anderson maybe took 2, actually. The difference in taking 2 tires and 4 tires on a pit stop is about 3 to 4 seconds, depending how you hit your pit box perfectly. So AJ was down for about 10.5 seconds, while Jeffrey Souza was just about 15 seconds. A couple 13-second stops sprinkled in there, but most of them about 14.5, 15 seconds. DJ Anderson did stay in his pit box for about 11.1 seconds, so that indicates that he put 2 tires on his number 51 also. So with DJ Anderson out front here tonight, he did abuse his tires too early, so I think that's the reason that team elected to put 2 tires on and go. So he still had some fresher rubber on the left-hand side, unlike A.J. Hamill, who maybe had pushed it a little hard and burned up some of the left side tires. Also, there's some damage on the right front of the number 918. You see them all working around the A.J. Hamill entry to put Hamill back into the 7th position here tonight. Buckley, Troutman all getting around him now. Chris Hammett got around him. Max Terriot, remember, a lap down, he got around also. Now here comes the 61 of Dalton Williamson. Hamill and Williamson, two drivers that duked it out last week at on the short track side of things. Now Zach Mitchell going to come up, going to rub a little fenders, rub a little of that vinyl wrap off his fake race car. Mitchell looks like he'll be able to take that spot, bumping AJ back to P number 9. So just thinking about it, looking at it, AJ Hamill went 21 laps on his first pit stop, so you could see him possibly coming in another 5 to 7 laps, and then that might put him right on the cusp of making it the rest of the way. Not quite sure. We'll have to see what the crew decides to run with that number of 918. But right now, Hamill has fallen back into 9th. Just behind him would be Sean Single then in car number 11. Cole Day has now worked his way up into the 11th position. Roy Fernandez just behind him, and then it's Jason Wells and James Skelton just a little bit farther back. Tony Strano been very quiet here tonight. Strano qualified outside the top 15, has now worked his way into the 15th position. That's Joe Strano's brother. Down to the bottom side, they are not battling for position here tonight. Ryan O'Donnell getting all sorts of pressure by the Wendy's Biggie Bag entry, and oh boy, you know who's probably hungry for a Wendy's Biggie Bag? Granny Hips right there. And here, Troutman trying to play with the throttle. That car a little bit loose. Not able to get back into the throttle. Max Terrell trying to get around the number 61 there. Not a battle for position. Remember, again, the 42 Max Terrell having some problems on pit road. Entered too fast and unfortunately had to serve a penalty. So that's going to put him a lap behind the drivers that he's battling with right now. There is no other car that is a lap down. The next car that would fall victim to a lap down is the Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 30. There you see the driver out of Massachusetts, Bob Higgins. He is currently sitting back into the 24th position, trying to take a gander at it. He is on the lead lap, but he is getting caught by the race leader, so he'll have to see if he can get a move on it. Right there was the 51 in the picture frame down the back straightaway. That is DJ Anderson. That is the race leader. So there's Anderson down the back straightaway. And DJ Anderson has opened up. It was a 2.5 second race lead at one point. Now it's down to about a 2 3/4. Because there is the 4, there's the 98. These drivers are all packed up together, so they are closing in ever so slowly, but surely. AJ Hamill loses another spot that time. So the strategy definitely working these drivers tonight. How hard do you push it? How much do you save? How conservative can you be here tonight? And you don't want to get into the wall like AJ Hamill did. You don't want to have damage like James Skelton has either, because we can see that the 86, the speed has just been knocked out of that 86 here tonight. At this point, he is just limping around to try and finish this one out. He knows he's already going to move on to the next round of the playoffs, but it's a pride thing here for these drivers. They want to try and complete all the laps, and it's exactly what now James Skelton's going to have to do here tonight, is just try to bring that number 86 back home here and a respectable finish. And of course, 1 through 29 here tonight with this strength of field is definitely one of those respectable finishing places. Roy Fernandez has run down that 999 of Cold Day, but he has not been able to work his way around. There's also Jason Wells right there, and just out in front of them, AJ Hamill is starting to fade back into the picture frame there. There's that car. So the Cold Day, Roy Fernandez, and Jason Wells entries have just been sitting nose to tail, and they are running down the drivers that are out in front of them. Ryan O'Donnell, though, yeah, they're behind him nose to tail, but they are all over him. Man, it's like bees trying to attack some honey right now. Look at Souza trying to go down to the bottom side. Just can't quite get the run here, especially with these older tires. There you see the 62. He gets out of line. He's just going to get freight trained. As Chris Hammett having some issues. Dalton Williamson into the back of him. Two short track racers that have real world experience of running short tracks up and down the East Coast. Getting a little contact. Rubbin's racing, they say, and well, they both kept it squared up and both pointed in the right direction. The only unfortunate thing here is Dalton Williamson now going to be the odd man out, put down to the bottom side of the speedway. He'll lose a spot or two here before he can get back up to the outside as a nice cloud covers turns 1 and 2 right now. Dalton Williamson trying to get up in front of the number 24. Not going to be able to. Now he tries to get back down to the bottom. Not going to be able to. Whew, boy, that was almost a Wendy's Biggie Bag scattered all over the back straight away. Troutman's going to go way high, see if he can gather a lot of momentum and close back up on the back end here of this group. Joshua Buckley stepping out of line momentarily. Barely has enough room to get the 13 MA back up in line. He was able to do it, but boy, was it that gap was shrinking and in a hurry. It's still DJ Anderson out front. Ryan O'Donnell now taking that second spot a couple laps ago. Jeffrey Souza, Joshua Buckley, and Chris Hammett, the top 5 drivers. Dalton Williamson, Zach Mitchell, Ethan Troutman, Sean Single, Cole Day, and A.J. Hamill. That's your top 11. Roy Fernandez is 12th. Jason Wells is 13th. James Skelton is 14th. And Tony Strano rounds out the top 15 here at Michigan. Green flag pit stops are coming as I believe here comes A.J. Hamill. So A.J. Hamill going to kick off the green flag pit cycle here first. Mr. Confusion may be confused. There's 22 laps to go, and you should be able to make it the rest of the way on fuel from this point on if you are A.J. Hamill. So that's going to open up the floodgates. Who will be the next driver to come to pit road? We will have to wait and see. Hamill's down. Will it be DJ Anderson who has the race lead? Will he be one of those drivers to come to pit road right away? Or will he stay out? He normally is one of the last drivers to come to pit road. We'll see. Here comes the 4. Souza coming to pit road now. Souza media entry all by himself. Look at that lonely feeling. Now here comes James Skelton. Kevin O'Brien also coming with. As it is still going to be the 51 of DJ Anderson out there. The 918 back out onto the racetrack, and that's going to put A.J. Hamill a little bit farther down as it looks like we got some sparks. We know that's a little incorrect here. These cars are not dragging. We'll wait to see if the server clears up here tonight at Michigan. A wild one here, though, for the Inside Track Motorsports News. Race here tonight at Michigan. A lot of drivers coming to pit road right now with 20 laps to go. It's now the pit road is open. You see the drivers coming to pit road. There's Cole Day hitting his pit box. Ryan O'Donnell looks like he's been into the outside wall. He has been. The crew's going to go to work. They're pulling the right front fender back out. See if that'll help him tonight. There's the 950 entry of A.J. Watkins. He's coming off pit road with the Rust Ease entry. Looks like we have some connection issues to our server here tonight, and we have to apologize for that. Of course, virtually streaming here tonight, and sometimes if Mother Nature isn't working or somebody's outside wiggling that wire, we have a little bit of a problem. So here comes Kevin O'Brien all the way from Australia. He'll come to pit road in the number 184. DJ Anderson still out there tonight, still the race leader. Here comes the number 51, DJ Anderson, coming to pit road. So with DJ Anderson coming to pit road, he'll bring Zach Mitchell. Here comes Michael Trevarthen, and looking at Michael Trevarthen, he was just down on pit road, I do believe. So we'll wait to see if the scoring is all correct from our electrical. A little bit of a spike there. Right now, though, it looks like Brandon Feeney, the Inside Track Motorsports News entry driver out of Canada, is the race leader with his brand new Liquid Moly Liquid chrome color looking 38 for sure is out front. So with Feeney out front here tonight, he's one of the drivers. He is the only driver, I do believe, that is left to come to pit road. And then things should turn back over. Jeffrey Souza should be the race leader. Yep, with about 17 to go. Yeah, coming to get 17 to go. Brandon Feeney coming to pit road. So it'll be the Souza media entry coming to pit road, and he'll take the race lead. Looking at drivers right now that came to pit road, and it looks like everybody actually put 4 tires on except for A.J. Hamill again. Looks like the A.J. Hamill entry is the only driver that elected to put on 2 tires once again. Could be a glitch. Maybe his pit crew is just that fast, or they got all sorts confused and only put 2 tires on. I'm not sure. A.J. right now running into the 4th spot. There is the Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes entry, still having a really solid run here tonight inside the top 5 for Joshua Buckley. Buckley not making the playoffs here this season. So right now just trying to get his best finish of the season here on Monday night. So Hamill will fall back to 5th, and that's not where he's going to wind up here tonight because they're coming to get 15 to go, and there's a slew of drivers with 4 fresh tires that are back behind him. As we talk about it, we see it happen. There goes the 24 of Zach Mitchell. So everybody bobbing and weaving. Here comes the Wendy's Biggie Bag entry. Here comes the 61 of Williamson. They will make a pass. As we look like we have that electrical spike here. There is the 4 car. He'll come by this time. 14 laps remaining here tonight. So with Jeffrey Souza out front here, and it looks like a 2-second race lead to Ryan O'Donnell. We'll see if O'Donnell can close that gap. Looking at it, Ryan O'Donnell is one of those drivers that needs to have a good day here because he was below the cut line coming in. He was just 2 points back over Zach Mitchell. Mitchell's having himself a good run here tonight, too. He was the cut line, and Zach Mitchell is running in that 5th position. Michael Trevarthen, though, in car number 2, it looks like his night going to be very difficult. He's back into the 25th position. There we see the BK Paints number 2 entry. And, yeah, looking at it right now, Michael Trevarthen goes from in to now outside the playoff bubble. So the driver out of Florida having to do everything he can here to scatter at the end of this one. We're closing in on 10 laps to go here. It's still 12 to go. Jeffrey Souza, DJ Anderson, Ryan O'Donnell is the top 3. Then it's Joshua Buckley, Zach Mitchell, Dalton Williamson still back here fighting with the number 61 and the 42 of Max Terriol. Couple drivers towards the back of the field here that we haven't talked about much here tonight. Cody Sleeper out of Lansing, Michigan. We talked about him, the Big League Chew, number 907 entry. He's back here running in 20th, making his first start of the season here at his home track of Michigan. Dan Murphy Jr. right there in the number 941. You see him coming to the back bumper there of Cody Sleeper, trying to push him down into the corner. These two drivers battling for the 20th spot currently on the track as they come to get 11 laps remaining. James Skelton looking like he's going to get gobbled up here by the number 40. That is Rob Higgins trying to work his way inside the top 15 here tonight. Higgins will pick up his 10th spot, and he will take that spot away from James Skelton. Coming to get just 10 laps, the double high fives by this time when they come by the flag stand. It is Jeffrey Souza, but hey, don't look now. Here comes DJ Anderson. Anderson is closing in on the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. A.J. Watkins just went a lap down, so he is the first driver 1 lap down. Max Terriot trying to hustle to him if we were to have a caution flag here. That could put him back onto the lead lap. Right now, though, it is A.J. Watkins back into the 22nd position on the bubble. Souza takes another lap at the front of the boards, but look at Anderson. He is, I'm telling you, race fans, Jeffrey Souza has got DJ Anderson breathing all down his neck. Here comes Anderson. He'll take a bid to the inside in 3 and 4. Will he be able to make it stick down low? Souza tried to take the line away from the 51, but it does not look like it is going to happen. New race leader here at Michigan with just 8 laps remaining. DJ Anderson now to the point here at Michigan. Who will win tonight's race here? Brought to us by Inside Track Motorsports News. The Inside Track Motorsports News, from local grassroots racing to Canadian Tour Series to the Canucks who could play and compete on the international stage. They have everything, even F1 in-depth coverage of motorsports news from Canada to all over the world. 7 to go for DJ Anderson. Zach Mitchell has got around Ryan O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue's starting to fade now. Remember, he's one of those drivers we talked about earlier. Has to have a good run here tonight. He's now falling back behind the number 24 of Zach Mitchell, so that kind of flip-flops that between those two drivers in the playoff standings. Joshua Buckley still hanging here inside the top 5. He's got a little bit of a gap back to, well, there's the Wendy's machine. Ethan Troughton, the driver out of Tennessee. Williamson's there, and look, Chris Hammond has now run back down this group. Roy Fernandez has picked up his 14th spot by getting around Jean Single. There's Single down to the inside. They're still battling it out. Full day down there trying to shorten up the track as best as he can. He knows he has to go get some positions. So Fernandez right now running in 9th. Single's back there in 10th. Wells is right there in that group. He's in 11th. Bob Higgins is back in the 23rd position, currently 1 lap down. He's right there in this group also. This time it'll be 5 fingers in the air here for car number 51 here at Michigan. DJ Anderson will see the 5 laps to go. Just 10 more miles of racing here in the Inside Track Motorsports News race here from Michigan for our Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing tonight. So just 5 more rotations around the big 2-mile track here. Once again, we got to thank and apologize also to all the fans out there tuning in tonight, having some electrical issues here with the internet to our truck, bringing in the live racing coverage here tonight. So it looks like that has cleared up. We have got the thumbs up from the crew. Looks like they possibly have that. Somebody better knock on some wood here because with 4 laps to go, this race is not over with yet here at Michigan. 4 to go here at Michigan. Chris Hammond thought he was going to have a better run down into 1, but he'll check up and then try to drive off the corner here off turn number 2. Looking to the inside here, trying to shorten it up a little bit, see if he gets a run down the back straightaway. won't have the run, so he'll just stay in line entering turn 3 and see if he can get a good run this time off turn 4. Three to go. It's still Anderson, Souza, and Mitchell, O'Donnell, and Buckley up front. What a night it could be for a lot of those drivers if they can finish inside the top 5 here and finish this one off. These drivers battling inside, or trying to get into a 5th place position. If they can get around the 61 of Williamson and then run down Joshua Buckley, possibly, as the old popsicle sticks are going to fly into the air. So it'll be 2 to go, and the race lead is a half second for DJ Anderson. No movement down the back straightaway. That 4 car, though, does have the 42 back there, trying to push Souza. See if he can come up here and possibly steal one away at the end for Jeffrey Souza. This time by the white flag will fly here at Michigan. It's the 65th lap of the race, and it is the final one. Look at Max Terrill all over the back end of Jeffrey Souza into turn 1, trying to push him for all he's got, Captain. He has started to pull him in, but I don't know. It's going to be a little too late, I think, here. Just 1 mile left around the speedway. It went from about almost 7/10 of a second down to 4/10 of a second, and it's still closing. But that 4 car got a little bit tight that time, so out of turn number 4, coming to take the checkered flag, it'll be the 51. DJ Anderson will lock himself in to the next round of the playoffs. It'll be Anderson, Souza, Mitchell across the line. Ryan O'Donnell coming across, and it'll be Joshua Buckley coming across there. Chris Hammett, Ethan Troutman, Roy Fernandez in his first race will come across to 9th. Sean Single in 10th. 11th will go to Jason Wells. 12th to Cole Day. 13th to Tony Strano. 14th to Rob Higgins. He'll hold off James Skelton at the end. So Skelton will finish 15th. That's your top 15 as they come across unofficially here tonight in our Inside Track Motorsports News 65 here actually from Michigan. So a great race here tonight for these drivers. DJ Anderson will officially lock himself in to the final 8 cars in the championship. We'll have to tally it all up here tonight from Michigan, though. We can tell you that DJ Anderson will advance. Everybody else is going to be subject. I can also tell you it'll be Jeffrey Souza advancing along with Zach Mitchell. Everybody else here tonight is going to be unofficial. So we know 5 drivers that will advance. Who are the other drivers to fill out the final 8 cars? Well, stay tuned. We'll see if we can get that all tallied up for you, race fans, and we'll be back here as DJ Anderson celebrates here at Michigan.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Michigan International Raceway here tonight for the Inside Track Motorsport 65 for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series here on Monday night. Almost wanted to go short track racing already. That's in a couple of weeks when we, get to the next cut line. Jumping a couple weeks ahead here, but let's head down trackside already because they're standing by here, and it is gonna be the driver, the number 51, DJ Anderson. You win tonight's race, which means you're in. How does that feel to know you're going to go to the next round?
Feels pretty good. I know after last week, when I made the playoffs, kind of knew I had to win a race early in the season because my baby coming, second baby due there, was going to kind of miss a few races, so I knew I had to win to get in. But that first race at Iowa and Nashville, I think, are the two tracks that I just never run good at. I'm not looking forward to. So could have won last weekend if it stayed green. It would end up that caution. But this week I had a plan to stay out 1 or 2 laps more than everyone else and get that fresh tire advantage and do what I've done here in the past. And it worked out like a charm. I thought Souza might have beat me. And I was like, it's going to be close to catching him. And just started pushing a little harder when I came out of pit road and realized I gained like a second on 1 lap. And I was like, okay, I'm going to catch him. So I just need to not burn the right front up. And once I got to him, passed him, just kind of set it in cruise control and was praying for no caution. So it feels good to win one without saving fuel. And, hope next week, I feel like I got to run good at Las Vegas to be able to go on to the championship 4. So got to keep this momentum.
Is there anything you can take here from Michigan headed out west to Las Vegas? I know we got the next-gen car here tonight. We have the Gander Outdoor truck, but similar tracks. I mean, one's a 1.5 miles, one's a 2-mile track, but can you take anything from this and put it over in Las Vegas?
Yeah, last time we raced the trucks at Las Vegas, I felt like I should have won. I had a pit strategy kind of like I did today, and just ended up going a couple laps too long last time. I just couldn't catch the lead pack at the end. The draft is going to mean more next week than it did this week. So just going to have to play strategy again and try to plan it out right. But I feel like, just like this week, I feel like I can win next week. And, as long as it stays green and do what I need to do, I feel like I can be in victory lane next week too.
Well, a great run for you here tonight as you pick up the win. Red carpet's going to roll out here for you, and the microphone's yours.
Again, guys, thank you for doing this. Love going back and watching the broadcast, especially after I win. It's nice to see me running up front, and love these guys at Red Light, man. It's nice to be able to go green flag racing like we do. My teammate Sean, he's somewhat coming back, so he kind of helped me out yesterday in the practice race. Kind of learned some things that kind of translated to tonight's race, and I'm sure he'll be there to support me next week to try and get another win.
There you hear it. DJ Anderson will pick up the win here tonight at Michigan for the Inside Track Motorsports News 65. So congratulations to him. He'll move on and advance into the next round of the playoffs. This driver also looks like he's going to lock himself in on points. Another great run for you here, Jeff. This 4 car looked like it was starting to come back at the end.
Yeah, big props to DJ on this one. I just was struggling way too much with this car to get it to turn later in the run, and that last run there, I tried to take care of the tires a little bit better, and I started dragging them in there with the last couple laps, but just wasn't enough. Max was giving me some good shoves, but just wasn't enough tonight.
wasn't enough, but it's enough to put you into the next round. So everything resets now, headed here out of Michigan over to Las Vegas, then Nashville. We know you picked up your first win of the season at a short track. Or are you going to be able to maybe possibly do it again?
It'd be nice. Right now, Vegas is the big race circled on my calendar. Like DJ was saying there, I think the racing is going to be similar to what we saw tonight. I think there's going to be a lot of pack racing, big runs, and drafting. So for me, Vegas is going to be number one on that schedule. Mainly one, because I think it's an opportunity for a win. I'm rather good with the truck, so that, and then two, as of right now, the race at Nashville Fairgrounds I'll be in Daytona for that race. So hopefully my computer down there runs, unlike it did when we were there back in August. Hopefully everything works down there, so I don't have to worry about getting disconnected or having any issues with pedals or brakes or anything. So the focus is on Vegas, try to get in and out of there with a really solid run, and then be able to just run Nashville and have a nice padded gap on the rest of the guys. But we'll see. This is a great group of guys, and we're going to be competitive. It's a solid group of 8 we're going to have, so we'll try our best.
Well, you get a good solid finish here tonight. You know you're locked in, so congratulations. And who makes this all possible back home to make this car so fast?
Yeah, I got to thank Susan Media every week, for everything they do. My brother Kyle and Ricky Thompson with Stat Analyzer. Like I say every time, if you don't use it, download the program. It's a great resource to understand how fast you are and where you lose speed. And then everyone over at Triad Racing, they really do a bunch to try to help me get better every week, and we all work together. And Brandon Pierce for always being up on the box every Monday night to help me out and lead me to these top 5 finishes that we have to start to chase out.
Great run there for Souza as he will finish in P number 2, picking up the most spots gained also here tonight, leading some laps. Car number 4 will finish P number 2. Finishing 1 spot back here tonight, and boy, this car had a heck of a run here tonight, Zach. You were as far back as I think outside the top 10 at one time. You sliced your way back through here, and it looked like you were starting to close in on the top 2.
Yeah, I just needed probably maybe 5 more laps. One bad run in the first stint and kind of set me back, but I think if I would have pitted a couple laps earlier, it might have been a little different story. But all in all, an overall good night for once. It's like my second good race of the season, so I'll take it.
Not bad here. It's a great time to have some good runs this season, especially at this point. What does it mean to have good runs here in the playoffs with the chance to move yourself on? I do believe you will point your way into the next round.
It was good. I coming in, I know I was gonna have to get some points because it's not a road course, so I probably don't have a chance to win, but you never know. But it is always nice to have 2 good runs in a row just to set you up for the next round. Unfortunately, with some of the schedule changes that we did, I am going to miss the next 2 races. I will be gone the next 2 Mondays, so I will be out of the final 8. So who knows if they want to do a provisional for the 9th place driver or something. But that is unfortunate for me, but it happens, I guess.
Well, unfortunately, we hate to see you not make the next couple of rounds, but I guess then you've circled the championship race at Miami Homestead. How do we feel about, the truck at Homestead?
Too bad. It'll be a good, fun race. A couple different lines probably be able to run, but ultimately, I got next season circled. We got some big things in play. Got a big plan for a couple of us to put together a team for next season. I think we got 4 of us for next season that we're gonna put together a new team, so we're looking forward to that.
Well, congratulations, and I can give you the 100% you are gonna advance, but it looks like a null and void.
Yes, unfortunately, unless I can race from the Minnesota Wild hockey game and or the beach of Jamaica, I am not going to be able to race.
It's unfortunate, but it sounds like, hey, I'm going to come with you on those trips. So, looking for somebody to call the race for the next couple of weeks. Anybody out there available, let me know. Zach, I'm going to kind of hide in your backpack. You're going to need a big one.
Yeah, I think I got plenty of room.
All right. Well, hey, before we let you go, who do you got to thank back home?
Can't thank you, Roger, enough for doing the broadcast. It's always fun to go back and watch the races over again. I have the Sonoma race saved, and I've watched it probably about 15 times because I led every lap, so that was fun. But can't thank the guys at Red Light Racing enough for putting on a great league, and all the drivers too. It's not very often I don't. I run a lot of road on iRacing. I don't do a lot of ovals because I'm sick and tired of pacing in the official series. So it's always nice to come out on Monday nights and run ovals where I can run green flag racing the whole time and actually have some pitch strategy involved.
There you hear it. Zach Mitchell will finish third here tonight. He'll point his way into the next round. You heard from DJ Anderson. He will advance into the next round by his win here tonight at Michigan. Jeffrey Souza will point his way in, so will Zach Mitchell. Who are the other drivers that will who are the 8 official drivers here? I can tell you 100% officially who are the drivers that will advance. Jeffrey Souza, by picking up the win, he will advance. DJ Anderson, by picking up the win, will advance. Jeffrey Souza will point his way in. James Skelton will advance off the win. Zach Mitchell, Chris Hammett, Ryan O'Donnell, Cole Day, and Max Terriel are your 8 drivers that will go to the next round of the playoffs, and they will battle then for 4 spots in a championship. Las Vegas, and then we will head back here to the southeast. We will head to the Nashville Fairgrounds. That's the next 2 races on the schedule here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. So we can't wait to see what's in store in the round of 8. Well, race fans, that's going to about do it here from the Michigan International Raceway. Until we see you next time, race fans, we thank you for tuning in here tonight, and we will see you in turn 3.